greater. It only proves that you love the
Hello everyone.
If you can't love me now, don't love me later. When my later is much greater. Come in, no one, no impersonator for my paper. No, girl, I know you want stability, but that no mean say you have to sell your soul for vanity. No, bright lights, fast cars at the city, and the fast lane make you lose your sanity. But me can't believe you sell yourself so short. Forget the money you will make, man, break your parts. But your life make your choice because me now make you break my heart. No, if you can't
Hello
love me now,
everyone.
don't love me later. When my later is much greater, it only proves that you love the
And while you're setting
Baby, if you cheat on you, it's not because I can't do it, baby.
Cool.
It's because I care about you,
Thanks, Anna
baby.
Maria.
Imagine me with another man doing all the things that I do for you. Would you understand?
So get comfortable,
Would you
settle
still
in
love
for
me or
the
would you be
next hour.
sad, baby?
Welcome
If
to our
you love me, you
Sandbox session.
wouldn't lie.
And
If
let's see what
you
parts
love
of
me,
the
would
world we
make
have
me
covered
cry.
today.
If you really love me, you would try. Cause you are not true, I
from your heart. Oh no, don't let me cheat on my
Awesome, thank you.
girlfriend.
So Europe,
As far as I can see,
Africa,
she loves only me.
cool.
Smartinia, whoa,
Thank you for that.
not a mercy. Whoa, whoa, eh, eh. It's not the first, not the last.
Let me close
So
this.
much pretty girl I pass, and holding out is such a task.
I'm going to kill the
That's
music
why
now.
me, I
Welcome
say this
everyone
from
one
me.
more time. Let's look at the React button on your menu to the left, and give me a thumbs up if you've used Butter before, or a thumbs down if this is your first time on this app. Cool. So we have some Butter newbies. Okay, let me show you some quick buttons that you can use during this session. You can react using the emojis, as you've seen, and the soundboard in the React button. Feel free to do that throughout the session. Also, if you have comments or questions, use the Q button beneath there, like Anna Maria is demonstrating right now. Then you can also use the chat. Feel free to use that whenever you feel like it. Say all the messages that you want throughout the sessions. And then beneath the chat, you're going to see your private Butter notes. Make sure that you see that button right now, because we are going to use it in some of the activities today. These are for your private use, so nobody's going to see those. And then if you want to mute and unmute, just use the M key. Also the V key to turn on and off your video. And yeah, that's about it. That's the quick rundown to Butter. So it should be fine for everyone, but let us know if you have any troubles. We're here to help you with everything. Cool. And now that we have that covered, let me introduce myself. My name is Andrea. I'm a coach and trainer. I'm also a Butter community member where I run the Sandbox initiative together with Maliha, who I've seen that she joined as well. Hi, Maliha. Yeah, the Sandbox is our experimentation playground. It's a place where we test different tools, different methodologies, different workshop ideas. So it's really not about experts. It's just about testing different things with the live audience and getting feedback for that, which is why I love this initiative so much. And it gives us a lot of freedom and yeah, a lot of play as well. But before we dive deeper into today's session, I do want to mention that we're recording this event, and we are going to post the recording on YouTube. So if that's uncomfortable for you, feel free to keep your camera off, use a fun avatar instead, and yeah, interact with us with the React button or the chat throughout today. But yeah, back to the Sandbox. We have an amazing host today, Ola, who is a conversation designer, a facilitator, a tech host, and more than human-centered technologist. He combines his technical and leadership development background in his facilitation, and he delivers workshops, training, and coaching to individuals and organizations seeking ethical enterprise innovation and team development assistance. Apart from gravitating toward the environments that foster collaborative experiences, geeking out over cutting edge emerging technologies, and actively connecting with new and seasoned facilitators, Ola also enjoys combining various methodologies in order to create a potentially landscape in which magic can emerge and play. So let's all welcome Ola now, who's going to immerse us into the world of Japanese poetry, right? Ola.
Thank you, Andrea. So, hi everyone. My name is Ola, and I guess Andrea, are we able to have them click the image on the left?
In a
The
second,
time.
sure. Yeah.
Cool. So I invite you to head over to the image to share your current local time, and if you can share it out loud or you can put it in the chat, please do so. So right now for me, it is 4 p.m. here in Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So um, we'll be sending you to the first into a connection room for a turn to your neighbor moment. You get to introduce yourself and take turns to discuss the following prompt. It is quite, but still with it, right? So, what time of the day do you feel most creative? And secondly, when you hear the phrase creative dialogue, what comes to mind? Again, what time of the day do you feel most creative? And when you hear the phrase creative dialogue, what comes to mind? So you have 4 minutes in your connection room and it starts now.
And people are
Cool.
coming back. Welcome back, everybody.
Oh,
Do we have everyone back?
Oh, Dolph, look at him.
Yeah, it's me.
Welcome back, everyone.
never done before representing here. I
So,
love it.
I am super curious to know what came up in your room, but I think we are all going to discover this together before the end of our time together. Now, for me, creative dialogue is a subtle conversational dance between two or more people, and we can let this go in different directions. And for me, it's like letting words, images, sounds serve as a portal into the unknown. We lean into the edges of our gut and senses and say the first thing that comes out of us unfiltered, unpolished. And so, in turn, we intertwine our moves with other people's moves in order to create points of interconnection and interweaving. And then we allow words to like flow naturally, whereby they don't have to like even make any sense or like be clear or whatnot. Right? Cool. So we are going to lean into, we are going to like stretch our creative dialogue muscle with this exercise using haiku poetry. Haiku is a type of short form poetry originally from Japan, consisting of 3 lines that do not rhyme. There are many rules to okus, but we are going to pick just what we need for this exercise and use this particular thinking pattern for our next exercise. And so from these images showing up on your screen right now, you can see that they are just few lines, they don't make sense. But once you lean into it, you'll see the creative dance at play. The sun is rising. Always seek out the beauty. What focused, what is focused on, what is focused on grows. Makes no sense, but you can see the sun. Mere looking at the sun, you see the beauty of the sun. Mere looking at beauty, you see beauty itself. And when you focus on growth, it's like Yeah, like anyone doesn't want to grow. I want to grow vertically, horizontally, anywhere stretch. I just want to grow, right? And then we have another poem here, which is occurs are easy sometimes, but sometimes they don't make any sense. Refrigerator, and I'm
No,
like,
no, no, no.
bro,
You're killing it. So the rule of haiku is 575.
Yeah.
But sometimes they make no sense. Don't put is inside because you put another syllable and you ruin it.
so Dove, we are using the idea, just playing with words here, so that we are able to use that for our next thinking. I know like a lot of layers that comes with ocus, but then we are just using little words as a primer for what we are going to do next. So thank you very much for your noticing. I appreciate that. So um, and so like for the next thing that we'll do is to lean into haiku poetry. In this case, we are going to use the train of thought of Okos or Aiko to write, to get our creative juice flowing. And I invite you to pick something nearby or look at something that piques your interest and then write 3 lines about it. Remember that it is not required for it to make sense. Simply jot
Yeah.
down whatever comes to mind as you lean into your gut. Don't overthink it, don't overcook it. So we have a few minutes for that. And I'm just gonna turn music on. Anyone? Can you hear the sound? We have less than 30 seconds for this exercise. Cool. So I want you to write just one word in the chat. How that exercise was for you. Was it challenging? Was it easy? How do you feel looking at what you wrote now? Just one word in the chat. Fun. It was fun. I love icons. Thanks, Judith. Claire. Awesome. Anyone else? Cool. So, oh, straightforward. Thank you for engaging with my with the what now? My own creation of how to relate with Aiko. So if you are ready for our next move, say yeah. I know I can't hear you, but like say yeah. Say yeah. Okay, so awesome. So how about we move on to something more playful? And the next thing we are going to attempt to do is use imagery as a portal into creative dialogue. You see, while words seem to help us express how we feel creatively, I am very curious to see how we can use images to enable us co-create in real time. And so we'll try to play with this concept using an image. You'll be sent into a connection room to use imagery to tell a story while weaving the other person's thoughts into yours, one line at a time until your time is up. There's a Google Doc for you to take notes, pick a page, take turn to speak, and allow your words to flow naturally. They don't need to be edited, they don't need to be perfectly clear, and they don't even need to make sense. So this right here is the image we'll be using. Boom. And I want you to take a look at this image, lean into it. There are so many things going on within this image. And yeah, like I'm very curious to see what everyone comes up with. So yeah. Are we ready for a connection room? Let's go.
The Google Doc, Ola, where should we access that?
So the Google Doc should be in your breakout room. Anna Maria, can you,
That's
Andrea,
going,
can you tell me more about it?
yeah, that's going to be available in your groups, and you
Okay.
can click on it to open, and then you can write down your ideas there.
Any more questions? Anna Maria?
Yes. So we create the story one sentence at a time. We bounce it off each other, and we
Yes.
also write it down. We write the
Yes.
story in the doc. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Thank
yes.
you.
Yes. Anyone else? Cool. So let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Cool. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone. How's everyone else?
Yeah, so we're slowly coming back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So, welcome back, everyone. I see smiling faces. Yeah. So, take 2 minutes to gather some props, costume, or anything else you think could help you share your stories to the other groups. And we have just 2 minutes. And when you come back, you're going to share what you've come up. You're going to nominate one person to share what you've come up with while everyone listen. Lean into sound. We are leaning into sound this time and letting it channel what stories you came up with.
We have to pick a costume real fast.
2 minutes.
Yeah,
Go for
2
it.
minutes.
Okay,
Go. Love it. So wait for you, did. Yay! Okay, so group one, and I know Daniel was the only one in the room. So please read to the group what you came up with. Let's go.
Well, I don't see the document anymore.
I'm starting it right now.
Okay. So, well, what was I writing? Just a moment. Once there was Maya and Willy. I don't know if you all know the bee Maya. When they were children, they have a lot.
Did we
Up fun, like dancing on the coronavirus. Let's dance for world peace. I don't know if I did it right, but this is my story.
Thank you. It doesn't have to be right. That was exactly what we needed. Group 2, pick one person and let's go.
Can you just lower the volume?
Sure, I can. Is it loud?
Yeah.
Is it better now?
Everyone has control over their volume. At the bottom?
No, the volume of the music.
Yeah, the volume of the music, it's locally controlled. So you can control it on your end.
For this, I have to see where.
At the bottom, if you hover over.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And then you have the volume bar, so you can just
Okay. Nice.
control it. We can also close it. I don't know. Do we need to keep the music,
Yes,
Ola?
because that is the sound. We are leaning into the sound and letting it be our channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can wave your hand, everyone. You can move wherever you like. So group 2, I'm waiting for you. Please pick someone and let's go.
I don't know who's group 2. No, it's not us. Good.
I think that's us. Anna Maria or Judith. I think that should definitely be in.
Go, Judith.
The music started right when our hands touched. The smell of honey was in the air, as was the music. What? No, as was the music of the hive. The honey had a certain warmth to it as well. The brother of my loved one had slept away in the bathtub. This wasn't unexpected at the end of the summer ball, and quite frankly, the jazzy tunes weren't helping. Luckily, the falling chestnuts didn't hit us on the head. Everything was being pulled into the tune by the conductor. Everyone except the little fellow with the triangle. "When will you kiss me?" I asked as we danced, and later realized that my lips didn't move, so I didn't make a sound, because I was aware that the horrible mother of his, called Lady Spider, was observing us. Her eyes followed our every move.
All right, so we have the last group, and for the last group, we are going to switch it up and have a new sound start. Last group, vote one person to present to everyone. Woo! Clap, everyone.
Masari, are you here or not? Okay, so I guess I'll do it. 2 bees or not 2 bees? In a peculiar world of chaos, is the number important? The sun orchestrates magic and the bees just dance. Sound is overwhelming buzz and percussion all at once. The air is thick with the smell of honey. And if it's funny, the sweetness of it all is intense. In what sense?
Yes! Cool! Thank everyone. I loved it. Thank you for engaging. And thank you for engaging in my wild idea. And now, what are you living with? So, open floor. How was this experience for you? What are you living with? This is our debrief, and you have the floor. Yes, Anna Marie. Sorry.
So I loved it so much. It was so much fun. I can't believe that it's 40 minutes past since we gathered. This was really fun. It felt almost like a fruit salad, and you like all the fruits and everything's tasty and you don't know which one to eat, and you cannot stop. I loved the prompts. I think they were unusual. They were a bit weird. I absolutely loved that we shared the poems. I was left with this wish to hear the haiku from the first activity as well. I remember that after we done, we were like, oh, I really want to, also because I was so proud of the one that I created and I wanted the people to hear it. And also I wanted to hear what everyone else created. I just want more. That's all. Really fun.
Thank you, Anna Marie. Thank you, Anna Marie, for sharing that. Yeah, we can go on about that conversation about haiku, but then I want to move on to Paul.
I thought it was really what really was compelling for me was that by opening it up to sort of a small creative contribution, it felt a lot easier to be brave and to lean into the creativity. Like, I think often when you're asked to be creative, you're worried about a little bit of judgment, or you're worried about how much you're putting out there. And the prompt to sort of add this small step at a time made it easy to join in and be part of it, and not be as concerned about being observed or that kind of thing.
Right. And that was pretty much part of the design. We had to take a lot of stuff out, but thank you for noticing that. That was I was like, yes, that is what I was trying to do. Okay, cool. Anyone else? Anyone?
So for me, I'll make it short. I was here only half the time. So I participated only in one full activity. It was fun, but I'm still getting used to getting in, and we already get out. And I keep it short because I would love to hear the haikus that were created.
Okay, you know what? I am a facilitator who likes to do things on the fly. So how about we just let it go and put whatever we wrote in our haikus in the chat for everyone to read. Let's go. And then we can take all the time left to read about it, because it feels like everyone really wants to read what came up. So yeah, let's go for it. So I'm just going to have the sounds on while we do that.
Pressures of a life and it tough. No stay down, mama time pick it up. No bother with the down, full style, strictly up, full vibe. I pick it up when the bills, them the rent and the mortgage due. Yeah. When me chalice, when your best friends are gone and it's only you. Yeah. Like up a split, turn up the music. Skanking sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and the rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah. Skanking sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and the rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah. Skanking sweet. For every pain there's a melody, yeah. For every trouble there's a harmony that brings everything together. So make we sing together. And who say life's not order? And every man's got their struggle. I beg you to help me, Lord.
How funny, Daniel. We had almost the same inspiration with bread and butter for our haikus.
Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and the rock with me.
Yeah, I thought the same. So for me, it's my first time in butter. So from butter to bread, it's near.
So I'm curious to know how, like, how did you pick what you wrote? How did that come up for you? Feel free to unmute and share.
I think that the nice thing of haiku is that usually the last sentence is something unforeseen, and that is the pepper in the thing. I think you can just say something completely crazy, and that opens the mind, knowing that it's the theme of a haiku, you know, something that turns around in the last line, or it's a surprise. So I think that opens also the mind for the first lines you just invent. And we had to take something around us. Well, that was quite easy. But I think the haiku itself is already inviting to just don't take it too seriously, and then something beautiful comes out. I mean, not always, but sometimes.
I think, yeah, Anne-Marie.
I pick a post-it because I have lots of them all over the place here. And somehow I was very aware that the sentences have, like, my brain kept on thinking the sentences have to be short and they shouldn't be something obvious, but it should kind of still be related. And then I agree with you, did that kind of this, I felt a lot of pressure for the ending to be somehow more like, I don't know, something that is either unexpected or kind of like cool, or something that is like wow. But it was very interesting. I didn't know about haikus. It's the first time that I hear about them, so I like.
So I don't know about haiku as well, and one person who told me about haiku is on this call, who is Dove, right? So and it's like, and that was why I was able to see that I was muttering it, right? So but then for me, how I learn is it's I find it very hard to, like, understand concepts very easily, and the only way for me to learn is like create my own paths to still get the same result. And that was what I was trying to, like, lean into for this particular exercise, to see how I can still get the most out of haiku while at the same time have a building block for what the design is all about. So it feels like there's something beautiful that I can read in the chat. So, like, thanks everyone for engaging with that. Yes, though. I think you're on mute.
No, I'm not here.
I unmuted you. Now we can hear you.
Okay. Wow, you have the power to unmute. It's amazing. Okay. So, for me, the most important rule is a strict rule of format. And what I mean is that haiku is a format of 5 syllables, 7 syllables, and 5 syllables.
Mm-hmm.
And this strict rule, in fact, helps everything that you said to be. Because when you're focused on this, you don't overthink the other stuff. And when you don't overthink the other stuff, it comes naturally.
Mm.
So not words, syllables in that
Syllables,
sense.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So like if you go back to the examples that you gave, you'll see it's written. This is the real. Like there's a lot of other stuff, but this is format-wise, it's the most obvious and strict rule there is.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for sharing that, Dove. I will keep and continue to like put that into my arsenal of how I think about haikus or okus. So for me, I usually like to like say that I feel complete, you know, feels complete for me. And if you want to put one word in the chat as we start like sign out, I am going to really appreciate that for my own processing and reflection of how this session went. But I really, really, really appreciate everyone for showing up gracefully, for engaging in my very, very weird idea. And I can't wait to have you all back for a 2.0. If there's going to be a 2.1, I'm not promising that, but then there could be a 2.0 for this particular design. So, yeah. Refreshed. Yes. Refrigerator. No.
Again, I'm muted. I didn't mute myself. So again, just like with the haiku format, you said one word, and I think the constraint of one word is interesting.
One word haiku feels inspiring. Something to try. So, thank you everyone. I release you to have like 5 moments back to yourself, and I really appreciate you for trying this out. And I'll certainly see you around. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
The refrigerator is the origin of Daniel's refreshed for sure.
Team of the day.
Thank you so much, Ola. Thank you, Andrea, for organizing.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.